It's me, Julian, by myself. Post big win against Mississippi State. Why am I by myself? Well, my two co-hosts, weekends are busy, things come up, and if anyone can rant by themselves about a Tiger win, man, that guy is me. So let's get into it. What a great game to see with the season almost over. NCAA tournament around the corner. First get out of the way, Tigers are a tournament team. Officially. They could lose the last two games. They're a tournament team. Especially with how much they won this game by. Absolutely crushed Mississippi State. Bulldogs are nothing. And that's the thing you wanted to see. Mississippi State has nothing to play for. They have nothing to fight for. They are a dead man walking team. And if you're a legitimate team who is fighting for something, you should go in and crush these guys. What was great is that there was at no point did Mississippi State seem like it had a chance. There was never a glimmer of hope. There was never any fight. It wasn't like this game dragged out to halftime and then they crushed them. No, just instantly put their nose in the ground and kept it buried. And once again, kind of keeping big picture, they didn't let them get up. At no point during the game, at no point did they ever let Mississippi State have hope. They never made it feel like they let off the gas. Missouri kept their foot on the gas the whole game. And there's really nothing you could ask more from that. You know what I mean? That they played like a team who has something to prove, who wants to crush their opponent. And by God, they did. They went out there, they crushed their opponent, and the game is over. I'm grabbing the box score for everyone right now real fast, so we can have this up, because this was a classic get-right game for everyone. Everyone played good. Everyone played good this game, so everyone gets to pat themselves on the back after this one. Let's see here. Going to share. Once again, I'm going to take a big pat on the back for myself about Trent Burns. He played offense. The leaps every game we're seeing from Burns is amazing. Burns had 8 points, and none of them were like tip-ins. They were all like hook shots, post moves. He's so confident. Burns ended the day with 8 points on 4-7 shooting. Still doesn't hit a three. Here's the thing, I want him to take him. I have a lot of friends who say they never want to see Trent Burns shoot a three. Nope. He can hit them. They'll talk about how he can hit them. I know he can hit them. He will start hitting them. Trent Burns, keep shooting your threes. In fact, the offense will be much better. Will get even better if Trent Burns starts hitting threes. So I want Trent Burns to shoot those threes. 2, his defense is also getting better every single time. Last game, he got burned on pick and roll. His pick and roll defense was so much better. So much better. So big game from Burns. He played, let me see here, 19 minutes. Sean Phillips played 21 minutes. That's crazy. Like, they're playing basically equal minutes. But everyone on the team was locked in today. Everyone was locked in. I'm just reading through my notes here. So I had Burns being aggressive. Everyone's playing with confidence right now. Like, the entire team is feeling it. Everyone had a get-right game today. Everyone was positive in the box score. It's a really strong outing. Really strong outing. Defense was on point. Defense was just everywhere, dude. Everyone was switching. Like, you can tell their communication is very strong. The switching's really good. People are playing hard. And they were playing good defense all the way through the whole game. And, like, basically, they didn't really let up until halfway through the second half. Trent Pierce dove for a loose ball at the 30, up 30. Like, guys were locked in. Mississippi State and have a chatter. Mississippi State legitimately had to wall Burns off. Yes, like, they had to double team him and Phillips. I'll get to Phillips soon. But when Burns is being aggressive, one, you can't block a hook shot, so that actually forces the defense to suck in. And the next step for Burns is, if he starts being an offensive threat, he can kick out so easily. He's taller than everybody. He can see over everybody. He can easily find people who are open. He's going to be such a weapon, dude. like he's playing so well that next year I don't think you need to find a starting center in the portal. I think it's him. I think Trent Burns is the starting center next year, and you're fighting a backup. If you're fighting a backup, because that's what you're missing. Because right now your backup center is Luke Northweather, so you definitely want a backup. But like Trent Burns is the starting center next year, and his possibility, his ceiling is amazing. He's not a bruiser like Phillips, but his potential. Every game he's adding something right now. It's wild. He's so confident. And you know, basketball is a confidence game. Basketball's all about confidence. Tio Barrett only had to play 20 minutes today. I think it's partly because they didn't need him to go off, and he had to carry such a load the past 2 games that they're like, if we can have a game where Tio can take some time off, let's have this be the game. Tio ended with 10 points, 4 of 9 shooting, took a 3, but it was a desperation 3, 2 of 4 from free throw line, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 2 fouls, 5 turnovers, a little bit heavy turnover game for Tio. But honestly, he didn't need to play that much. He was still plus 21 box score was. But like, Tio didn't need to have a crazy game. Tio just needed to play his game. Gates has developed Burnsville. Yep. They've been working on him for a year and a half, and it shows. It shows for Trent Burns and Tio. Tio also has been coached so well. Trent Pierce, 10 points, 4 of 7, 2 of 3. Trent Pierce was killing it. He was staying aggressive the whole game. Guys, I can't say enough about Trent Pierce's defense. Like, I cannot say enough about Trent Pierce's defense. He rotates very well. He picks up other guys off switches really well. He's so big, but he's so fast on his feet that he's really versatile defensively. I mean, this team just in general is so versatile defensively. Like, the staff talked about how this team is probably the best defensive team Gates has ever had. And I didn't look at it first, but defense takes a while to lock in, especially when so much of your team is transfers, like everyone's team is. It takes a while to lock in. You can see the defense is gelling, and they're legitimately really hard to play against. My favorite little defensive wrinkle that they did against Mississippi State is that they realized that Mississippi State guards really want to shoot it. And so every pick, they were going really hard over. Like, I'm talking about, like, they were on the point guard's back, following him so he couldn't shoot, forcing him to drive, because they knew if they drove, the interior defense was so good they weren't going to get anywhere. But Trent Pierce is an amazing game. Really well balanced, really aggressive, not overdoing it. 33 minutes from him. 2 of 3 from 3-point. I would take that. 2 of 4 from 3-point. I would take that every single game from Trent Pierce. He had an amazing, and one thing I want to see him do at least once a game, he had someone rushing out to contest a 3, pump fake, drove right in, easy dunk. Sean Phillips Jr., 16 points, 5 of 6, 6 for 6 from free throws. Sean Phillips Jr. was a monster. He's also putting it together. He's still very up and down. We don't know next game he could do absolutely nothing. But like, his offense was legitimate, because he's like, it's all about, if he has what he wants to do in his mind, he's really good. Second half, he trailed off a little bit a couple times when he was trying to get a little too fancy, but like, he actually was not unstoppable. Like, he could not be stopped by anyone in Mississippi State defense. It was legitimately crazy. And you have to hand it to him. 6 for 6 from free throws from a guy who's traditionally a 50% free throw shooter. Big for him. Phillips ended with 4 rebounds, 3 of them offensive. And you know what's funny? No one really has a lot of rebounds, except Jane Stone. But no one really has a lot of rebounds because Missouri's making so many shots. Missouri ended up shooting, let me find this here. 57%. It's pretty good. Turnover 70%. You don't want to see that, but you know. What's funny is the largest run was 9. It was just every time Mississippi scored, Missouri would score 8. It felt like. Jane Stone, 8 points, didn't really need much. 1 for 5 from the field. Jane Stone's still the person who is struggling to shoot the most right now, but he was 5 of 5 from free throw, 10 rebounds. So once again, the rebounding structure Missouri has is the bigs really pin, and then the guards run into rebounds. So Stone was getting those rebounds. If you want to see a really cool story about Phillips, go check the Missouri basketball Instagram. They have like a story about Sean Phillips, and it truly makes you realize that Gates is probably one of the few coaches in the country who could have built a relationship with Sean Phillips and like had him perform the way he's performing. Like, quibble you want with Gates has the ability to build a bond with players that might struggle to really trust other people. He's really, really good. And I think Gates is someone who can get the best out of a lot of guys who might struggle at other places. Mark Mitchell, 17 points. It felt pedestrian. Felt like he didn't really have to try this game. He didn't really have to. I want to see his assists. Only 1 assist from Mark Mitchell. He's averaging 3.8. So, yeah. Jane Stone also with 4 assists, so shout out to him. Ant, get right game for Ant, man. For the Ant-Man, dude. 13 points, 4 of 10 from the field, but 3 of 6 from 3, 2 of 3 from free throws. So important. 4 rebounds for him as well. And also, I liked how this game was officiated. I want to shout out. I never did think about the refs once this game, so shout out to the refs. Strong game from the refs. But I think Ant was hunting for a shot a little too hard. I think he definitely missed out on some potential assists because he's trying so hard to get his shot back in. I don't mind it. In a game like this, where you're definitely going to win when you're just crushing them, yeah, go get your shots. Go get your rhythm back. Jacob Cruz, 6 points. Hit his last 2 3-pointers. Get right game for him. He needed to see some going. Great for Jacob Cruz. He's boxing out. He's doing his work. And it's crazy stuff. So overall, I mean, like, you love to see it, dude. This is an amazing game. Coaching was good. Guys played well. They're in the tournament. What a turnaround, man. And now you get to talk kind of silly, right? Could this team become a 9 seed? You know, if they win their last 2 games, I mean, also, could they make a run the SEC tournament? That'd be pretty sweet. A legitimate run the NCAA tournament. I wouldn't say no to that. You have to think about Missouri has beat so many of the top teams in the SEC that they have a lot of tiebreakers. Let's pull up the SEC basketball standings real fast. Okay. And pull that out. That's what I get for doing this on myself. All right, so here are the SEC basketball standings. Missouri is currently 5th at 10-6. Ahead of them is Tennessee, Arkansas, Alabama, Florida. Missouri has a tiebreak with Tennessee. So if they end up tying, Missouri's there. All Missouri has to do is keep winning. If they beat Arkansas, they're tied 1-1. Alabama, they're not going to have another crack at. But the teams behind them, Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, Kentucky, they beat all those teams. They beat all those teams. They have tiebreaks against all of them. I think there's a good chance, a very, very good chance, Missouri gets a double bye in the SEC tournament, which will come from all they got to do is get right against Oklahoma, beat Arkansas. I think that's top 4 in the SEC standings, which is mind-boggling, dude. What a coaching job by Gates and Steph. Now, don't look past Oklahoma. I have to give it to Porter Moser. That dude can coach. His team is not giving up. I think there's a stat that like the last month, Oklahoma has one of the best offenses in the SEC. They're playing hard. So do not look past Oklahoma. But this team didn't look past Mississippi State and they crushed them. I want to see the same thing against Oklahoma. Go out and crush them. Go out and settle this now. And then have a big game against Arkansas, which I think is very beatable. And it feels like this Tiger team is just taking a leap, like a collective leap every game. I don't think you could ask for really anything else. Just amazing stuff. And I'll put it this way. I wouldn't want to see this in the tournament. Here's something I really thought about too. Like last season against Drake, a big talk was, man, Missouri is so much bigger, so much more athletic. They could use that. Missouri, yes, had some size, but they didn't use the size to their advantage. The way last year's team played was not about size. Last year's team played finesse. Last year's team played shooting, steals, runouts. This team is physical. They will beat your skull in. They will fight on everything. If any team knows how to use their size, it is this team. And another, like, I know I'm kind of crediting Gates on everything, but a big thing was Gates' offense was motion. It's supposed to be guys running stuff. It is very obvious they're running a play almost every time down. They're running a play, and I think that's great for this team because their execution is so good. Like when they run a play, they usually execute it very well, and it's stuff like there's like interior picks, there's moving parts. Then it's like T.O., Stone, or Ant setting up someone interior, And it works. Most of the time, it works. And I think they realize, man, we have a lot of pieces to run really good offense. We just got to set it up instead of trying to do this motion stuff. That's not saying the motion has completely left the offense, but so many setup plays just work fantastic. And since they have such a repertoire of setup plays, and since he reduced the bench to only like 8 guys, they all feel very comfortable running the offense. There's no confusion when anyone's outside. And so they're just being super efficient, super smart with how they're running stuff, and it looks really good. So yeah, I like, outside of like the top dogs, I'm not scared of any team right now as Missouri. You have the tools. You just gotta keep going. Gotta keep playing. So overall, amazing stuff. Couldn't ask for a better ending to that same game. They never let them back in. Mississippi State was fighting to get it within 20. Just great stuff. So that's all I got. Solo, I have no one to work off of. So I just kind of said my piece. But enjoy it right now, Tiger fans. It's a great time. What a way to peak. Peaking at literally the right time. And if you thought about to the beginning of the season, the best thing you'd ask for is, man, when they hit SEC season, can they turn it around? If they have a good SEC season, they can get in. The issue when you say that is that it's so hard to recreate your team in the middle of the season. I don't really think they recreated the team. They got the pieces they were supposed to have. The guys gelled more. They figured out what worked and they leaned into it. And now you have the team in front of you. Everyone knows their role. Everyone's playing exactly the way they're supposed to play. And they're firing on all cylinders. Everyone's locked in. Everyone's ready to go. So enjoy it. Beat Oklahoma on Tuesday. Is that another 8 o'clock game? God, I hope not. $6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Okay. I'll take a 6 o'clock game. So see you guys after the game on Tuesday against Oklahoma.